Hi guys, greetings, all things love. I am Dr. Crystal Jones here for my second video. I am very proud of myself for sticking with this and being consistent at least twice with my videos. Firstly, I want to thank you all for subscribing. I forgot to ask that of you all last week, but you guys did it anyway. Maybe you love me. But thank you. Thank you for your comments and your questions that you email me. I appreciate that because now I know what you guys would love to know. And I figured today I would answer the question that was most commonly asked last week, and that is what my chiropractic story was and how I got into chiropractic. And like a one sentence answer would be, it was all concept. When I went to school, I heard all of these people with these amazing stories, these tearjerkers about how chiropractic saved their life. Literally, how they gone to doctor and the doctors didn't know, or they didn't care, or they didn't understand, or they weren't able to help them. And they went to a chiropractor and their life completely changed. Or chiropractic children that were born into chiropractic, like your parents being a chiropractor, you being adjusted all your life. And for me, when it always came around to me, I didn't even know what a chiropractor was until I had my chiropractic experience, and that was at the age of 23 or 24. I was at a health fair in 2009, and I met a chiropractor. I was there as a wellness consultant, and we were all going around talking about how what we did could help, or why it helped, why facilitating behavior change increases physical, emotional, biochemical, and spiritual well-being. And I was ready to just go save the world with that. I knew something was missing, and honestly, it was the hands-on and understanding it from the inside out instead of just the outside in. But then we came around to a chiropractor, and I was like, oh, okay. You're a chiropractor. What is a chiropractor? I have no idea what a chiropractor is. And he gave a short synopsis about the nervous system and the ANS chart, autonomic nervous system chart. And he said we could come over there and get a free reading, which now I know is a subluxation station. It was a thermography reading, and my atlas read severe. He said come into the office, and I did. My thought was, why not? Usually if it's something that's not for me, I found out that it's not for me and I will walk away from it. But I figured I would give it a chance. 2 or 3 days later, I went into the chiropractic office. I got x-rays taken probably for the first time in my life. I don't remember any other x-rays being taken of me, although they may have. And then I was adjusted, and I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. I didn't really go in as a person that was in pain, so my experience wasn't being pain-free. My experience was, I've got to learn more about this, and how does it work, and am I going to do this or am I not going to do this? So I walked to the front desk as I was leaving, and they told me to come back for a healthcare class, and I was like, okay, this is my chance to learn. Once again, why not? Give it a shot. And in the healthcare class, I learned that the nervous system controlled everything. From blinking your eyes, to curling your toes, to moving your fingers. Organs, tissues, cells, glands. It controlled everything, and that's what intrigued me because I've always liked physiology. They had the x-rays up and they were speaking on degeneration and how degeneration of the spine led to disease in the nervous system and how that manifests over time. And honestly, that didn't really get me because it wasn't a concept. I was stuck on the fact that the nervous system controlled all of this. And even though I studied Eastern medicine probably since, it was about 2004, 2005 when I got into it, I knew that the body was designed to heal itself. I knew that. I knew that in infinite wisdom, the body was designed, and that without interference, it will always heal itself. But I never put two and two together. I knew that conceptually, but it wasn't my daily practice. When I wasn't feeling well, you go get some medicine or something to stop it instead of listening to your body and trying to understand why not. I just decided that the body worked from the outside in, that something on the outside could change the inside. That's the above, down, inside, out principle. Well, what I learned was the above, down, inside, out principle, that healing manifests from above, goes down into the spinal cord, manifests inside, and it comes out. It manifests out. You can't heal yourself from the outside in. Anyway, after that, they read my x-rays to me, said I had a military neck, but that overall, that was what they were going to fix. And we'll get into later why I don't use that term, but I figured I would continue giving it a try because I understood conceptually what they did. I didn't know how any vectors or any way that they held my head or any of the instruments that they used. I didn't know how, but I understood what. And me being a person that needs to know how and why, after 3 adjustments, I went to chiropractic school because I did feel like that was missing in my wellness practice. And I was going to graduate and come back, and add chiropractic to my wellness portfolio. And in reality, I did, because all of it I can't turn one portion of it off. And so now I use all of the degrees and certifications and knowledge together as a chiropractor to be able to assess the body and use the nervous system as the primary vehicle to remove the interference from the body. So I came to school, and then the beginning of school was basic sciences. I had done basic sciences forever, so I honestly was like $11,000 a quarter for this. I can't do this anymore. I was learning mechanics. Mechanics were cool, but mechanics scared me. I did not want to physically put my hands on people because I was scared that I could break them. I had the science and I had the mechanics, but I didn't have the heart. I didn't have the passion. I didn't have the drive and know why I was in chiropractic school, which is why I tell students that I work with all the time, you have to understand why you're in school to stay there. Because test after test after test, and knowing the whole year by just week 1 through 10 and 11 being finals, you will get drained and you will become a robot. You'll just become a regular chiropractor. But needless to say, when I was probably like quarter 5 or 6, I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I am going to go back and make lots of money working for the government again as a nutritionist and be a wellness consultant as well, because I wasn't getting the fulfillment. And then I met Chad Hawk, who is my mentor, my amazing mentor. And I went on a trip to Ghana with him, and I will never forget my first experience where I had to be a doctor. Not a student clinician, not someone under somebody, but be put in a room with 250 children and be told that if You are purposed to be a chiropractor. You will go in that room and you will adjust them and they will heal. What? What do you mean? Me. I need to have my forms. I need to do all of these check off things because that's what chiropractors do. Like, you spend 30 minutes and you need to find this, you need to find everything, and then not understand that the body's dynamic, but we'll get into it. And then adjust this, adjust this, adjust this, and not understand the changes in the body because that's the way that you're taught. And so I didn't have any forms. I had my hands, my heart, the science in my brain, and the mechanics in my brain. My brain and my heart had to coincide. And it was the biggest change in my chiropractic career. I do remember this child coming to me, and he could barely walk. And he would just cry and cry and cry. And he came to me every single day. And the last day, we just had our talk. And I wish I could find the video to show, but it's somewhere on some cloud somewhere. And we talked about how he was going to be able to do whatever he wanted to do. He walked from one side of the room to the other side of the room. I saw people who had strokes, who couldn't lift their arms, who couldn't talk, start talking again. Miracles happen. Because it wasn't about using my brain. I couldn't understand what anybody was saying to me. That's when I learned how to understand the body for what the body was telling me. At first I was scared. Like, I don't know. You need to tell me what's wrong so I can fix it. And I didn't have that over there. I had people who walked. And you know, people have no concept of time over in Ghana. It's not like people had watches. They came and they expected to walk away healed. They expected me to facilitate their healing. And who was I not to show up and facilitate that for them? So what I had to do was to connect with the body. And that's what my practice is built on now. I do listen to my clients. I really, really do. But it's not about what they say, because what they say is what they want. What their body tells me is what they need. So we are still talking about my chiropractic story. That is how I've become the chiropractor that I am. That is why I'm the chiropractor that all of my clients are like, I don't really think that you're just a chiropractor. There's something else that's inside of you that I can't really put my hands on it. And I'm just going to tell everybody about it. And they just need to come see you, because I can't really explain it, but people get better. Barriers are removed. We understand, like I said in the last video, the spiritual thing that's going on that manifests emotionally and changes the biochemistry. It manifests physically. Because that's what I had to do over there. That is how I became a chiropractor. I was a chiropractic student until then. And I was still technically a chiropractic student when I came back, but it was then that I was a doctor. When I went into outpatient clinic, I was ready to heal the entire world because I saw miracles happen, and it wasn't here anymore. It was still here conceptually, but it translated to my heart. The message from the brain to the spinal cord, which we'll talk about later, through that atlas, wasn't what I couldn't do anymore. The message from the brain to the spinal cord is that you are here to serve people, and chiropractic is your vehicle to love people back to life, and you have no choice but to show up every single time. So, yes, that is my chiropractic story. It started off conceptually. When I got adjusted, yes, my allergies were gone, my vision was clear, but most of all, my mind was clear. That's my testimonial about the idea of what chiropractic is. It's that there's this innate force inside of you that's giving you your properties always at 100%, and that controls the way that you think, the way that you breathe, the way that you move. And chiropractic is there to remove that interference. I would love to be able to be your chiropractic experience, explain to you what's going on, and So you can contact me if you would like to schedule an appointment. My website is www.innateexpressionchiro.com. That is INNATEEXPRESSIONCHIRO.com. Once again, you can send me emails, drcrystal@innateexpressionchiro.com. Leave comments in the box of whatever you would like to know. I hope that this video was able to help you understand chiropractic, at least my experience in chiropractic, and hopefully you will come see me. I enjoyed speaking with you this week, and I look forward to speaking with you next week. All things love and peace.